Welcome to the Point 101. I'm your host, Gail, and today we're diving deep into a topic that touches the heart of every parent and guardian: God's promises for our children. Join me. Hello, everyone. It is Sledge without the sweet lips. Sweet lips will join me later. So, I am going to pick up where we left off on act, don't talk, because I think that's very important to elaborate on that so that we can get a better understanding what it means to act and don't talk. Okay. So, once again, we read that chapter already. And so I am just going to add to it. Okay. So let's refresh our memory a little bit here on act and don't talk. And do not forget, this is the book that we are reading from, Positive Discipline from A to Z. Now, act, don't talk. Another variation on the decide what you will do method of parenting is acting instead of talking. Listen to yourself for one day. You might be amazed how many useless words you say or listen to parents bargaining with their kids at a grocery store. Act, don't talk. Now, what does it mean? Act, don't talk. So, I am going to give you a couple of examples, okay? We're going to get this right. We're going to change our methods, our ways of parenting. Sometimes the old school ways, it's just not working. Okay. And so when your child leave the house and when they grow up to be productive adults, they will have happy lives. It will not be with negativity, name calling, using corporal punishment, body shaming, all the things, or handing down our generational curses. We have to try new ways, okay? And remember what Sweet Lips and I have said over and over. We need to bring back the village that it takes to raise a child. The village. So act, don't talk is a proactive, positive discipline approach designed to foster effective behavior management in children and adolescents. This method emphasizes action over verbal reprimands, encouraging caregivers and educators to model desired behavior through their own actions. By demonstrating appropriate responses and setting clear expectations, adults can guide youth towards making positive choices rather than simply admonishing negative ones. Again, sometimes we're so focused on the negative behavior. I always say when I was raising my kids that every battle is not a battle. You have to pick and choose which one, which is the most important, because like anyone else, a child will make a mistake. It's the way you correct them. And, talking down to them, really using corporal verbal punishment is just not the way our children continues to be angry. And we have to find a way, a better way. A lot of people say, oh, I don't believe in books, read them. I don't believe in getting help. Get it. Counseling works. Okay. So, modeling behavior. Adults exemplify the behaviors they expect from children, showcasing integrity and accountability in their daily interactions. The second one is reinforcement of positive actions. Instead of focusing solely on correcting misbehaviors, this method encourages the recognition and reinforcement of positive actions, creating an environment where good behavior is celebrated. The third one is constructive engagement. Engaging children in constructive activities rather than getting bogged down in lengthy discussions about misbehavior. This encourages children to learn through doing and participating. Fourth one, clear expectations. Setting the clear behavioral expectations and consistently following through, ensuring that children understand what is required of them. And so we don't set these rules on Tuesday and then Wednesday, Thursday, it does not matter. You don't have to do what, there's no correction. Do what you want to do, say what you want to say. And then suddenly you're having a bad day. And now you want to remind them when you are having a bad day. We need to get out of that and follow through. Always follow through. Empowerment through responsibility. Encouraging children to take responsibility for their actions while providing support and guidance, fostering their ability to make independent and positive choices. Encouraging your child to take responsibility. We know a lot of you out there will make excuses for your child's behavior when it's geared towards someone else. But then when it's your turn, you want to bring in verbal and physical abuse. Like, you need to take responsibility when you do something in my sight, but outside of my sight, outside that door, you don't need to take responsibility. And I will show you that by making excuses for your behavior. So remember, that only works until it happens to you. Now, through this approach, act, don't talk, helps cultivate and nurture an environment that supports healthy development, encourages open communication, and strengthens the caregiver-child relationship. And remember that even though we are the parents, we still fall under caregivers because we are giving care to our children. So that's just a little more added, broadening that. Don't talk, follow through, act. Because the more you want, that's what they hear. Want. Because guess what? All the complaining and screaming and yelling, they stop hearing you probably on the third word. Because when you're screaming and sweating and just saliva all over the place, really, I'm thinking you're about to go crazy. So what you're saying to me does not matter because now I'm just watching your actions. And now I'm in fear because you're sweating and throwing things and cussing. And when I tell your child hears nothing, we as adults don't even hear anything. We can be having a full-fledged argument with someone and they're screaming and yelling and you're just looking like, is it really that serious? You're about to lose your mind. I'm in fear of my life. So staying in control and staying in a calm manner would probably engage you more with a person. They would probably pay more attention and take you serious because it's just so calm. And it's like, I'm mad, but I don't want you to see it. Well, that's just me. I don't want to let you know what's coming anyway. So just imagine that I'm screaming and yelling, you hear nothing. I'm calm, you hear all, because I just changed that whole negative environment into something positive. And it's not what you say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Remember that. And I think if a lot of us just remember more of that during confrontation, a lot of lives would be saved. I hear you screaming and yelling. Now it looks like you're 2 seconds away from becoming combative. You're looking like you just really want to do me some harm. I got to leave. I have to walk away from you because truly, at the end of the day, you're not upset about something I said or did. You're upset about something someone else said or have done to you. And so now I become the whipping boy. And a lot of times that is exactly what happens. So let's move on, okay? And Sweet Lips will join us later. So develop a feeling vocabulary. If you want your children to learn about feelings and develop an emotional intelligence, start by listening to your children's feelings without trying to explain them away or fix them. Your child learned that it is okay to have feelings and to express them. If your child is acting out a feeling instead of stating the feeling, that is having a tantrum. Instead of talking about what he is angry about, you can help your child identify the feelings by naming it. By naming it. The trick is to use feeling words. Isn't that something? Now, how many of us really truly knew this? Not I, but it makes sense. Feelings can usually be described by one word: happy, hurt, comfortable, scared, hungry, sleepy, angry, sad, helpless, hopeless, irritated, embarrassed, ashamed, joyful. Here's how it works. Your child is frustrated with a puzzle and can't get the pieces to go together. He throws the piece across the room and starts to cry. You say, you're feeling upset because the puzzle is difficult. You don't like it when the pieces don't go together easily, do you? Your child may be acting upset, but he doesn't know that he is having a feeling called upset. And it has a name that is okay to have a feeling. By naming it, you are teaching your child a feeling vocabulary. Guys, the help is here. The help is here. And you know what? And to me, developing a feeling vocabulary will also help them when they are being violated in any type of way. They will know that hurt. She hurt me. They touched me. He touched me. She touched me. There is help. And there are other ways. Okay, so let's continue on. You could go another step and ask your child if he likes some help with the puzzle, or if he would like to try again and turn the piece until it fits. Or you can let your child be upset with the piece and say, maybe you'll want to try again later when you're feeling better. let me tell you what happened today. Now I'm reading this and see, and this is why I said, like, even though my kids are grown, my grandchild is she's grown. In the village, it's always going to be someone younger that you can apply um, this to. Now, today, my baby, my Titi, so his tablet, the storage, the memory, the storage was full. So he wanted to play a game. And that game would not load because there was no storage um, space. And so I said, you can't play that game. So, and I told you he's autistic. So he takes the tablet and he throws it and just starts screaming. So I said, let's try another game. And so he tried to go back to that same game. Still, it will not load. He took it and he tossed it. And I made him go lay down. Like, no, 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 no. You cannot have this tablet again. And so reading this, I did try to get him to play another game, but he's so headstrong, my little tito. And, the times that he was throwing, I kept saying that if you do it again, I'm going to take it. If you do it again, I'm going to take it. So finally, I took it. But now that I'm thinking about it, um, instead of just saying, pick another game, I myself, I'm thinking, should have picked a game myself and try to engage him in it because, like I said, sometime when the child has a learning disability, you have to try so many ways to get through to them, but sometimes you yourself can become frustrated. And I knew that whenever I say to him that you have to lay down, like, wherever he is in his head at that moment, it clicks like, oh, I took it far. Because as many times as he called my name, um, I didn't answer him because I knew that if I did, that I would give in. Eventually he went to sleep because I already knew he was tired. But, you know, that's a temper tantrum when you are frustrated to the point that you're flinging and throwing. And you know what? If I'm not mistaken, he threw that tablet 3 times before I made him lay down. And and I believe I said to him that if you threw it again, that you were going to bed. So sometimes we get it right, and sometimes you can go that extra mile. Because now that I'm thinking about it, whenever you're dealing with a child with special needs, like you have to go that extra mile. Now that I'm thinking about it, and how would I handle that the next time? I think I would just start a game and put 10 on it, hype it up, like, oh yeah, look, I'm winning, because he's competitive like that. And definitely, I believe he would have taken a different route. He would have been so engaged in that game, uh, because some of his other favorite games, that was the first, no, that's not the first time I've seen that game. Normally, that is one of his games that he would normally play. So, yeah, we have to figure that one out. But here I'm just learning different ways from the beginning of the book up right up to this point. I've been learning different techniques to try. And like I said, when you have a child that is screaming and it's hard to get through to a child that's autistic because they think differently. They think differently. And sometimes they can comprehend, sometimes they don't comprehend. Sometimes you have to go that extra mile. So, I mean, just this little bit right here is even helping me. And that's why I said sometimes we have to learn different ways in order to assist someone else with their children because we have to be the village. We are the village, okay? So, um, you can also share your feelings using the same approach. When your child hits the dog, you could say, I'm feeling worried that you will hurt the dog or that the dog might bite you, and I wish you would be gentle with the dog. If saying how you feel doesn't improve the situation, you can always go back to using action, separating the child and the dog, and letting them know that you are uncomfortable with the way that they are playing and they can try again later. And again, I should have just um, put on another game or maybe just grab a book and started reading that book, trying something else to distract him from being so frustrated with this tablet. So, see, even I learned something new. Now, these little tips, I am telling you, it will help me, it will help you. We have to find ways to accommodate and don't think of it as a negative thing to do. Think of it as setting clear expectations for the child. Like, if this doesn't work, I expect you to find something new. Him, doing it on his own, it was like he's so focused on this game. He's so determined to get this game going that no matter what other game I was pointing to on that tablet, that was the only thing he wanted to do was play this one certain game. And now that I think about it, um, I guess I could have taken a different route, just take a different stance on it. And like I said, I'm just thinking now, playing back, that whole scenario with him screaming, him crying, him throwing the tablet. I think he threw that thing like 4 times, or if not more. And yeah, we are learning. We are learning. I am learning. I'm telling you, my kids are way grown. My granddaughter is way grown. But then here's my little tee that I need to learn these methods in order to help him apply the best part of himself. Because I'm telling you, it just seemed like, when I was using that soft approach, he was responding to it. Really, as a matter of fact, he wanted to give me a kiss and everything until he realized that the game was just not going to work. And suddenly he became somebody else. Ah, my little Titi. But guys, I'm telling you, we can do this. We can do this. And this is the reason why I keep bringing these new ideas because I myself have to learn new ways to assist really a child that has special needs. So, man, you're never in a battle alone. You're never in a battle alone. And as I said before, it takes a village, and we are the village. And now we are going to get through this book. So hopefully you guys are writing some of this down, or, or just replaying the video to, um, I want to say, get to the subject where you're needing that assistance. Get to that topic that's going to help you get over that hump. Okay? So, as I said before, I want to keep these videos short because, going on and on and on and on, to me, I know if I watch something for a long period of time that I can lose interest. Um, but if I keep them short, then you're able to take it all in, process it, try to apply it and not lose where you are. So this is where I stopped on. Let me just find something to mark this with. So we did develop a feeling of vocabulary, and later I will start with listening with your lips closed. Listen with your lips closed. Wow, pretty interesting. But it is Gail here. We're to the point 101. Let's talk about it. Sister Sledge. Sweet Lips will return during my next reading. And we will continue on being the village, God's promises for our children, and learning new ways and new techniques to assist our children and get rid of this generational curse. Because every time something goes on, the first thing you want to do is use corporal punishment or verbal punishment. And the next thing you know, your child is outside of your door doing the exact same thing to someone else. I will see you all soon with Sweet Lips. And guess what? I am out of here.